Hello and welcome to episode 26 of the Throwback podcast. I'm Mark from the Throwback store and I'm here with Ginger Shaq. How are we doing?
I'm all right, mate. Not too bad. Yeah, less said the better about the conversation that happened prior to the pod starting.
I'm not getting into that again. Basically, I'm decorating later today. And that was the top end and bottom end of the conversation, really. You'd have had a podcast before. Don't pull that face. You'd have had a podcast before this one, but we had technical difficulties early on in the week. Ginger Shaq's got a laptop now. Shout out to Ginger Shaq for being in the 21st century.
Fuck off.
Fucking hell. He started, hasn't he? He's a laugh.
You're claiming I'm from the 21st century. You live in St. fucking Helens.
I know. It might as well be Game of Thrones here. But anyway, because we've not been on for a while, we've missed all the movers and shakers. We missed, obviously, Orlando Magic blowing it up, shipping everybody out big time. But we kind of expected that to happen, though.
I think like on the last pod we talked about Aaron Gordon being moved. I was sat here as a Bulls fan, like we're gonna have the only movement we'll see from the Bulls is maybe Lowry marketing to back to fucking Finland. To
the moon. Don't let Jimmy say that.
And obviously we came in big and copped Nikola Vucevic.
Yeah.
It was lovely. Daniel Tice.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're fully committed to this whole European thing.
Yeah, well, Vucevic is a big one. I think that's a nice little addition for you. It gives Levine some help. Might get you a regular playoff berth over the next couple of years if they stick together.
It'd be nice because obviously a lot of the talk kind of like looking at this time last year before fucking COVID and whatever, like Zach LaVine weren't really committed to the Bulls. I think if the right offer came in, it'd have been like, yeah, no worries. Like
it was kind of shop window territory, wasn't it, for him? He was kind of showing that he's got superstar potential in a team that's competitive. That's what he wanted. But now he has got a team that's competitive. Obviously, Aaron Gordon going to the Nuggets. I believe up to today, the Nuggets still haven't been beaten. Am I correct? Since he...
believe so.
Since he joined. Am I lying?
To be fair, like it was a great grab for Denver.
Yeah.
100%. You're adding Aaron Gordon to like an MVP candidate, Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. It's like, do you know what I mean? You look at it now and you go, I bet now they wish to an extent they could play Aaron Gordon at the small forward. And they still had the man they sent to Detroit.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant. I was just about to say that. Like, Jeremy Grant's balling out. But again, is it that thing of he's doing well in a small market? Do you know what I mean?
I call it the Rudy Gay effect. It's the Boogie and the Rudy Gay effect when, like, in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Like, Rudy Gay and Boogie they destroyed everything. Like, they were kings.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively. Yeah. And then they kind of, like, Rudy Gay went to the Spurs and just kind of faded into obscurity to an extent.
Yeah.
Like, nobody talks about him now. And at one point, he was one of the arguably a best top 10 small forwards.
Yeah.
But no, obviously the other big one is a lot of stuff happened, like you mentioned, Orlando, but Miami, Mikasa see Miami.
Yeah.
Oladipo.
That was a big move. Where do you play him though? Are you playing him shooting guard?
I would.
It's a bit mad. Do you know what? I was listening, and I don't often. I was listening to. I wasn't actually listening to it. I was listening to Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith on about boxing the other day because I like listening to Max Kellerman talk about boxing. He knows, like, he's definitely
probably the only subject he should comment on.
Yeah,
quite frankly.
Yeah.
And Stephen A. Smith, well, he's just
he's an idiot. Anyway, so I was listening to him. He was talking about boxing anyway, and the video stopped, and then another video started as I was making my breakfast, so I just kind of left it on, and they were talking about Oladipo and how brilliant he was when he first got to the Pacers and how they played him correctly at the Pacers. But they seem to think that the Heat have probably got him at the wrong time. It's going to probably be next season by the time he kind of develops into the player he was in the Pacers because of all the moving and shaking for him.
Yeah, I mean, like, first, it was just a bit weird when he went to Houston anyway.
Yeah.
And like, I almost forgot he was in Houston.
Yeah.
Like, so when I was talking about the trade, like, he got traded, and like, I know a couple of Pacers fans, and I pinged them a message, and one of the guys was like, "Man, ain't been our fucking problem for like 6 months."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he ain't. He's been in Houston, like,
Strange.
but I mean, it's
good.
Yeah, I
think it's a good. You're adding Oladipo to Jimmy Buckets to Bam to Tyler Hero to Duncan Robinson to Kendrick Nunn to, do you know what I mean?
Udonis Haslem.
Yeah, well, yeah, I love Udonis Haslem. Yeah, so got a good cop.
Udonis Haslem is the Richard Wright of Miami Heat.
Yeah.
No, Richard Wright is just like
was he at City?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Like, just because they had to fit the British quota.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of moving and shaking. There's probably other stuff we've kind of not spoke about, how terrible the Celtics still are. But yeah, I tried to get that.
KD's back. We got KD back.
Yeah, KD's back.
He's balling out.
Yeah, Embiid's back.
He is.
He's balling out.
So now that Ellie sent a KD jersey to Mo, does that mean you now need to send an Embiid jersey to Mo?
In order to
like, be like, oh, look at my team, they're great.
No, see, I don't have I don't have to buy my customers. But moving swiftly on. Shout out to all my customers though, who caught with the 20% off discount. It was mad. It was actually mad how much stock moved, which you'll be seeing.
I legit got a bargain.
Yeah.
I saved myself. I didn't buy anything.
Yeah.
I didn't buy anything.
And you still saved yourself money. But it has funded the level up, the level change for the Throwback store. So I'm not going to say too much about that now, but something very big is in the pipeline that will also affect the podcast as well. So, yeah.
I know what it is. So you're all watching this podcast. You don't know what it is. I know what it is. So, ha.
Yeah, so something big, very big on the way. I'll just keep you all guessing with that. Space Jam trailer. What do you think? Right. So let's, before you give me your opinion, on it as a singular thing, right? So
okay, so
without the history.
It's not Space Jam 2, so It's Space Jam: A New Legacy. So I now view it as a separate entity. Yeah. It is very, 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 very well made. There is already multiple videos on YouTube in terms of the Easter eggs. I had the trailer on. Obviously, I'm gassed. Like, I've reverted back to like, I'd say a little kid, but I'm still a midget, so it don't make a difference.
And even
but I'm like, oh my God, like there's LeBron. LeBron turns into a cartoon. I'm like, different vibe. Okay, like this. And then, I'm sat there watching it. Like the missus is sat there. She's just kind of a little bit like, all right, yeah, fair enough. Like you'd be gassed. And then just like that, she went, is that Drogon from Game of Thrones? Is that the dragon? Is that King Kong?
Yeah, heavy.
Genius. Like they've just opened like
a different world.
They've just opened the Warner Brothers universe and gone, and they've made it more like it's today's day and age. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Like the serververse instead of obviously like, and I'll give all of the positives to Space Jam. I really will. And then I'll let you give your opinion. And then I have a massive, massive gripe about it. But I'll see where I'll let you kind of give what you think about it first. But I am, yeah.
Well, my there's a couple of things, right? And I will give you an example. So I watched recently Coming to America, the second one, the one that's just been made, right? And I watched it and I was like, oh, like they missed the boat here. They missed a trick. Like there's so many things they could have done. And then I spoke to Rich Barrett about it, and Rich Barrett was like, he really enjoyed it. And then I went back and watched it again and I was like, do you know what? It's a really, really good film. I really enjoyed that film when I didn't compare it or put it in the same kind of world as the original. Like when you just watch it on the basis of itself as its own entity, you're okay. There's too big of a gap, right, to think it's comparable to its predecessor, because it can't be, because there's too CGI's changed, the way films are being made's changed. We're in the middle of a pandemic. There's so many different things. The problem with Space Jam, rather than Coming to America had a lot of the people from the first one in it. So you could kind of understand why people had a gripe. Whereas this is its own thing. Right. If Kobe had done it, it'd have been completely different. It'd have been received a lot better. It's because it's LeBron James, and there's that thing of LeBron wants to be Michael Jordan, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Which is frustrating for me. But yeah, I'm gassed in overall. I'm looking forward to seeing it on its own basis. And like you said, the Easter eggs, the Lola Bunny being Dwayne Wade running away kind of thing.
That was like that was the moment where like you watched it and you just kind of went, wait, have they? Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Like they have. Like that's, and it's little subtle things like that I think are going to be an advantage for this film, because LeBron is a filmmaker.
Yeah.
He was in Trainwreck, like he had a big role in that. He's like, it's interesting for me because like I'm older now, so I'm fully aware that isn't Bronny playing his son.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas like when I originally watched the original Space Jam, I was like, that's his kids and that's his wife. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
some randoms.
But I am going to get on my soapbox about one thing, maybe two things, that and it's really annoyed me, right? So at this minute in time, I am wearing a Space Jam jumper, right?
Yeah.
I love merch.
You do love merch.
We made a comment maybe 2 podcasts ago, maybe 3 ago, when we were talking about Space Jam. And I brought up the fact that they've changed the Toon Squad jerseys.
Yeah.
And I was I didn't think that was fair. Less than 18 months ago, Nike released Toon Squad jerseys. They had the Bron logo on it. They had James on it. And now they're different. Yeah.
And they made Monstar jerseys as well. And it doesn't look
like... This is it. Goon Squad. Like that's what the bad guys are called. Goon Squad. Like
Why did they bring them jerseys out? And that's really bad on that. Do
you know what I mean? Like, and arguably they were the nicest jerseys. Like, don't get me wrong. If it makes the financial difference,
mate, they even brought out the kicks.
What I mean. Like LeBron, I think they were 16s.
Yeah, the Monster LeBrons,
purple and green. Julia's got a pair. Like I've seen her post a pair up, like she wore hers to play in.
Yeah,
like, they're so cool. Like the Monsters jersey was ace. I was like, I might be about this.
Why have they done that? I don't like that.
And it's really riled me because, like, it's like, put it this way: if I'd bought a Toon Squad jersey, yeah, I'm a jersey. I invest in my jerseys. Like,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, I would have bought a Monster jersey, right? So I've bought 2. So in June, July, when all the merch drops, well, then I'd go and buy another Looney Tunes jersey. Like, I'd buy another Toon Squad jersey, and I'd end up having to buy a Goon Squad jersey.
Yeah, so you've bought 4, but that's
do you know what I mean? And it's like I've bought 4 jerseys for one fucking film.
Yeah, I think it's a bit naughty on their part that they've kind of played that middle ground of making you believe that that's what they were going to be wearing.
I just think it's just a little bit cheeky. Yeah. Like maybe I'm just being over dramatic about it, and like, but I just think it's. I'd like to think of myself as a man of the people. Like, I don't want to earn mega bucks. Like if I'm buying some, I'm saving up for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and if I'm going out, like you could have, like, imagine that you go and buy, like, go on StockX, cop yourself a Monsters jersey,
and it ain't even
for like £200-300. You know, drop like half a bag on it. You're like, yes. And then the trailer comes out. Fucking Monsters don't even exist anymore. Do you know what I mean?
It's bad. It is. But anyway, talking.
But that's about it. Other than that, fucking hyped.
Yeah.
That Space Jam's back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Talking of jerseys, I did send you a picture of a jersey, and you've just informed me that there's the. So what I seen was a rail of Lakers LeBron James jerseys. I'll flick the picture up if you're watching on YouTube. The purple, flowery. They've got like silver logo, Lakers, it's like a shimmer effect, I'd say. It's got the jock tag, it's got Rookie of the Year above the jock tag, and MVP above that. So we surmised, or Ginger Shaq surmised, I should say, this was going to be another MVP jersey, like they've done the white and the black versions. But Poirot here has just sent me a picture from Nike's website with a Luka Doncic jersey. So I'm assuming it's a Rookie of the Year jersey. This one is, and it's similar in the style, but I'm not feeling these.
They're just a bit like
Mitchell and
if
Nessie.
If I was a Lakers fan, I'm copping it.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if they brought out a Zach LaVine, or like Derrick Rose had re-signed with the Bulls, and they've done an MVP Derrick Rose jersey, it's not even a question. Like, I'm copping it. But as a general visual, not a big fan of it. I just think it's
one of the it's similar to what Mitchell and Ness do with kind of the
like it's just like, I know that, you know, like there's a few, you know, we talk most days with people, and you know, like, and I think it was Elliot that sort of said that, like, they release jerseys now just to sell them. Obviously there's two ends of that stick. Like, you know, equally they release as many as they do, Elliot still buys them.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And it also, like, as awful as it sounds, it keeps guys like you in business.
Yeah.
If they release jerseys, do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
But it was just a bit. It's out there. Like,
to be
fair enough.
To be honest with you, these Nike jerseys now, just my opinion, the jerseys are pretty much. I'm trying to move away from them, to be honest with you, and go back to what I started out doing, which was like throwback jerseys. Just for the simple fact that, like you've just said, then it's very much, it's just done for the wrong reasons now, I feel. Like these jerseys did not need to be made, in my opinion. There is no reason to make those jerseys. And I don't think they're going to sell very well. I can understand why they'd put out an all black one and an all white one, because they've always done well sales wise. Champion did it. The Miami Heat did it. Do you know what I mean? It all black on black and white will always sell well. But this, to me, a step too far for Nike.
It is worth noting that they haven't received the financial dividends from selling All-Star jerseys this year. And they would have sold a shit ton of Lukas and a shit ton of LeBrons. Like
maybe this is maybe this is a kind of throw together. Let's throw some shit against the wall and hope it sticks.
And it probably will. Like I said, if the entire range comes out and there's one there that's like I can imagine that kind of color scheme. Like you make that a Milwaukee's Buck jersey, it'll look pretty vibey. But it just doesn't pop in the Dallas colors, and don't mess with the purple and gold. Like
exactly,
it's synonymous and historical. Like it's just a bit weird. It's like tie-dye acid, battery acid, dog shit in a bag lit on fire.
Bleach it all and throw it in the bin. But some positive news. Talking of what's on the Nike website, the WNBA jerseys are on the Nike website, which is dope. And I may add, these WNBA jerseys are better than the NBA ones this year.
I will say that some of them are better than the City jerseys. I'm so glad to see that the WNBA is getting treated with the same level of design respect that the NBA is. I need that Chi-Town WNBA jersey.
The broken
100%. And I also need, like, out of more than anything, the Indiana Fever Stranger Things jersey.
Oh,
that is beautiful. Like, that is, like, potentially one of the nicest jerseys I have ever seen. Yeah. NBA, WNBA collabs, one of the nicest jerseys I've ever seen, and it is genius. Absolute genius.
I like I've got them up here. I will be flicking these up. I like the broken glass Chicago one.
Yeah.
I like the New York Liberty one, but the Indiana Fever have, it is.
But you know what I did have to laugh about? Like, the teams closest to their jerseys, to the WNBA and the NBA team, it's always been the Minnesota Lynx. It's always been dead close to the Wolves. So, sadly, they've now got still ugly jerseys and they're just boring.
What can you do? Innit? What can you do? I thought Seattle might have gone full Supersonics on us.
That's what they nearly did.
Yeah.
They nearly that green and yellow Seattle arch. Like,
yeah. I thought they were going to go all in, but they didn't. And I like the Los Angeles one because it's got Mamba vibes for me. That the black and gold.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's nice. That's nice. But yeah, I'll flick them all up, and pleasantly surprised at what Nike have done with these this season. Pleasantly surprised, like really, really happy. And I know a couple of advocates for WNBA who we know, you and Julia, both huge advocates of the game. So I'm sure they're going to be stoked to see that it's getting the publicity that it's getting first and foremost, and the availability, because I know you've been crying out for WNBA jerseys for a while. So dope, like really, really, really happy about
Love
that.
them. I think it's a great idea. Like, I'm just hoping that because they had a hiatus, they had a little bit longer gap between their season than the NBA had, and like maybe the design teams have been able to just get a little bit more invested. Like the NBA ones, for a best part, a lot of them were kind of just seem like they're through together. Don't get me wrong, there's some fire jerseys there, absolutely amazing. But the WNBA ones, like wall to wall, they've hit it out the park. Like they're nice, like
brilliant,
real nice.
Right, so we'll go on to. Well, I'll ask you. Well, we go for first favorite player that wore number 26 because it is episode 26.
Well, I looked at this. I researched it. Kyle Korver.
Oh, you can't. He's mine. Kyle Korver was mine.
That's because nobody wore 26, Mark.
Kyle Korver was mine. So we can both have Kyle Korver. So Kyle Korver's the best player.
26 just turns out to be a shit jersey.
Yeah, but great player, Korver. Started out at the Sixers. So, yeah. Questions. We had questions. Obviously, the pod went out before the trade deadline. Expectations for your teams post-trade deadline. So, that's from Jordan, Dawson, Watson. If that isn't the most... Jordan Dawson, what? Try and say that as fast as you can. Jordan Dawson,
Watson.
Yeah. Anyway, what are your expectations for your teams post-trade deadline? That means after, doesn't it? Post.
Yeah.
Well, obviously your expectations will have changed, won't they? Because
yeah, I mean, obviously, like for me, I just kind of wanted to play a play-in spot. At time of recording, the Bulls are 3 games on the bounce, winning, which is always nice. Vooch is fitted in great. Daniel Tice has been dominant. Troy Brown has been unreal. I was sad to see.
Did you see Patrick Williams' block the other day, by the way, from the alley-oop? Wait.
I was raging because somebody was like, he's like a young Kawhi. We're going to call him the Mitten.
The Mitten. He's great.
And I was like, at least call him poor Trick Williams. Like, poor instead of claw, poor. Yeah.
The poor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
obviously would just be better.
Like, I'm hyped. Like, I think I went a long time not seeing my team win. Like, it sucked ass. So to see it now is obviously great. So yeah, like I'm riding the wave, mate. If we make the play-ins, then some big teams in that kind of like 8th, 9th, 10th spot. It is what it is, but it's just nice to see my team winning and have recognizable players on the court rather than random shit.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Sixers' expectations quite high this year, obviously because they're so high up in the standings. So the only trade that affected the Sixers potentially is LaMarcus Aldridge to the Nets. I've purposely not, when we spoke about the trades and stuff before, I've purposely not spoke about the Nets because everybody's speaking about the Nets and it's becoming a bit of a circus, isn't it? Like, I do feel a little bit like, come on, like, LaMarcus Aldridge, come on. What? Why? What? But anyway, he's gone there.
Because all of his shoes were black and white anyway.
That must be what it is. So, and then obviously Andre Drummond going to Lakers was the other trade.
And what? And breaking his toenail off after like
15 seconds. Yeah. Another question from John Cronin said, well, lads, really enjoying the pod. Keep it up. In my opinion, the Adidas Authentic Rev 30s are the greatest jerseys of all time. Mitchell and Ness released a John Wall Rev 30, which was fire. What jersey, beside the obvious LeBron, Kobe, D. Wade, would you like to see them recreate as a Rev 30? would love to see a Harden OKC with a finals patch. It'll be round from that era, won't it? Like,
yeah. For me personally, maybe a D Wade finals patch jersey.
Yeah. I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot of them, like Miami, the Miami era. I think that era, like even for me, I've got one of my favourites, which was the Drew Holiday is one of my favourites. So, yeah, I think it's mad. It's a bit, and that one as well. The filler. I'd like this. I'd probably like this in an Embiid. Would be nice.
Okay, yeah,
would be nice. He did
a jokey. Like the other one for me would be. I'm just waiting now. He's announced his retirement. I need a Mitchell Ness Joakim Noah.
Yeah. Did he play the St. Patrick's Day game?
He did.
That would be.
I have got a green jersey. Like I got a D Rose. Wore it on the first episode actually.
Oh yeah.
But I'd quite like. So one of the things I don't have a lot of, other than Jordans, I guess, is red Bulls jerseys.
There you go.
So I'd quite like a red Joakim Noah. Like if they retroed the Lost Bulls jersey.
Yeah. Oh.
In Joakim Noah.
See, Mitchell and Ness have got so many avenues now because there was so many jerseys made over that period, like the Christmas Day jerseys, the St. Patrick's Day jerseys, so many. So you can kind of. But yeah, I'd probably go for an Embiid in the blue filler. I think that would be nice.
Joakim Noah for me, like I said, red Lost Bulls jersey would be. And with the Christmas Day jerseys, they'd have to put, if they did them, they'd have to put the logo in wax print on the back like they've done on the jerseys. Yeah. Because that was just a beautiful touch. I was a big fan of that.
Definitely. And I think that's us done for this episode. I'll let you choose who you think the better question was. Was it the trade deadline, Jordan Dawson-Watson, or was it the remake of jerseys from John Cronin?
It's going to have to be Mr. Cronin. It was a great question. Like it gets me. It's got me thinking now. Like I'm sat here now thinking about like
what jerseys you could.
What jersey I want to see recreated. I want to see the Hollywood Knights Mamba jersey.
Yeah.
I want to see basically the entire Miami Heatles era jerseys recreated because they were all
the red,
the red hot, the white heat,
the nickname jersey,
nickname jerseys.
Yeah. So John Cronin, send me a message on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or anywhere where you can send me your address so people don't send dog shit through your door. So just send me a message somewhere and I'll get a podcast t-shirt out for you. So I appreciate you sending your questions in. People keep sending your questions in. Keep liking, subscribing, watching, interacting, commenting, posting, all that stuff. And we shall see you on... Oh, if it was hard trying to think of a player with number 26. Who's been number 27?
Rudy Gobert.
There you go. Stifle Tower. Anyway, we shall see you on episode 27. Peace.